last question is, you've been in crypto for close to 10 years at this point, building on Bitcoin. And, what are I feel like there's a lot of developers and folks who have entered the space in the past year or even a little bit longer. And, they're seeing the crypto market evolve really quickly. And they're also seeing, some of the volatility that comes with crypto as well. So I'm curious about what's maybe your words of advice or mental model when it comes to this.
Yeah, so I think I've seen this movie several times before, right? Where there's like so much potential in crypto. People get excited, investors get excited, people raise funds, entrepreneurs go out and raise capital, new engineers and developers, they want to come and work in the ecosystem. All of that happens during the bull market when everything's kind of like up and to the right, and then the bear market hits. And suddenly everyone starts to question that, hey, is this really going to change the world? The investors kind of like start pulling back their money. They're not investing that much. Prices are going down everywhere, and people are kind of like a bit worried in general, and morale of the industry kind of like starts to go down. And interestingly, a lot of people who weren't really believers, they actually disappear. Like we have a term for them. We call them tourists. They show up right when the goings are good, and then they disappear. They completely leave. Interestingly, some of the best kind of like projects in crypto are built during bear markets, because the people who are the true believers, they tend to stick around. There's less noise during these periods, so a lot of like actual building happens instead of like a lots of distractions and lots of different things going on. And then interestingly, the people that you're hiring during these times, they're also very mission oriented. They actually are showing up because they believe in something, and they're not showing up because there's a lot of money that's being splashed around or with some other motives. So interestingly, I think the signal to noise ratio actually becomes better during the bear market. It acts as a filter for people who truly believe versus people who are kind of like in it more for the money than anything else. So I think the advice that I would give to someone young and new developer who's kind of like starting in the ecosystem is that you should have a very long time frame in mind always, right? Like for example, for people who are kind of like even from an investment perspective, people who are buying Bitcoin when it was $100. It actually didn't matter if they were buying at 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000, even later on, like, when the 2017 crash happened, it didn't really matter if people were buying at 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Like in the grand scheme of things, like it's a blip, right? If you have a very long-term time horizon in mind, and you actually believe that Bitcoin is sound money that is going to change the world, like this type of money has never been invented, or you truly believe that there is so much potential to be unlocked on top of Bitcoin by building these decentralized applications, these new types of financial primitives, and so on, like that is extremely large opportunity, but it's going to play out over like 5-10 years and so on. So you'll see multiple kind of like ups and downs along the way. So if you have like that type of a context in mind, then you don't worry about the day-to-day ups and downs or what kind of like the market is thinking, because your energy is coming from within, right? Like you believe in something, and that's why you're working on what you're working on.
Excellent, thank you. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thanks everyone for tuning into Stacker Chats. Please make sure that you like this video, comment any questions that you have, and make sure you're subscribed as well. Well, thank you so much, Maneek, for being here, and we'll see everyone next week.
Thank you.